Welcome to FSPN's coverage of South Florida high school golf. Today we're at the Palmetto Golf Course for a boys varsity golf match between the Westminster Christian Warriors and the Miami Palmetto Panthers. The rules are 9 holes of stroke play from the blue tees and the best 4 scores count.
Hi, I'm Jake Suarez. I'm a freshman at Westminster Christian, and I predict I'm going to shoot 38 today. And shout out to Lorenzo Castro.
You played out here before?
I played a couple of times, but not
What's
a
been
lot.
your best score out here?
Like 37.
Who's your favorite golfer?
Phil Mickelson.
Really? Phil? Old school? Lefty?
I'm a lefty too.
All right.
Hi, my name is Cody Therms. I'm a senior. Today we're at Palmetto playing against the Panthers, and you're watching FSPN.
All right. What can we expect today? You want to give a score prediction?
I think I'm going to shoot a nice little 38.
Nice.
How's it going? My name is Jeffrey Lacklack. I'm a senior at Miami Palmetto Senior High School.
All right, Jeff, you've been out here before. What's been your best score here at Palmetto Golf Course?
I would have to say my best score out here, I haven't been out here in a while, but probably back in the day it was probably like a 34.
All right, what can we expect today? You feeling good?
Yeah, feeling pretty solid. I feel like as long as I manage my shots around the green, I'll probably be able to get another low one in.
Who's your favorite golfer?
I'd have to say my favorite golfer right now is probably Scotty Scheffler.
Oh, good pick there. All right, good luck. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
Ryan Rickey is the head coach for Miami Palmetto, and the head coach for Westminster is Steve Blaum. Today's coach is Israel Gonzalez. Let's take a look at hole number 1 here at Palmetto Golf Course. It's a dogleg left par 5. Most players will hit less than driver off the tee to avoid the canal. Then their approach shot to an elevated green guarded by 2 greenside bunkers. In today's first group, our feature foursome representing Palmetto High School, it's Jeffrey Lacklack and Trevor Tingle. And for the Warriors of Westminster Christian, it's Cody Therms and Lorenzo Castro. First on the tee for the Panthers of Palmetto, it's Jeffrey Lacklack. Jeffrey with a hybrid off the tee, puts it right in the middle of the fairway. Trevor Tingle has an iron, and he'll just try to put this one in play off of tee number 1. First up for Westminster, also with an iron in his hands, it's Lorenzo Castro. And he puts one out to the left side of the fairway. On the tee now for Westminster, it's Cody Therms. Cody hits his tee shot with an iron in the middle of the fairway, and we're underway here at Palmetto Golf Course. We'll check back in with this group. And now let's take a look at the second foursome. From Palmetto, it's Hunter Sharp and Lucas Levy. For the Warriors, it's Jake Suarez and Michael Campo. First on the tee for the Panthers, it's Lucas Levy. Lucas hits one to the right side of the fairway. Next on the tee, it's Hunter Sharp for the Miami Palmetto Panthers. And Hunter pushes his tee shot off to the right side of the fairway. For the Westminster Christian Warriors, on the tee, it's Michael Campo. And Michael hits a 3-wood or a 3-metal to the right side of the fairway. The left-hander, the freshman Jake Suarez, he's hitting driver off this first tee. And Jake hits a nice shot, and that'll find the left side of the fairway. The second group is underway. We'll catch up with them later on in the round. But right now, let's take a look at our third group, our third foursome for Palmetto, Santiago Sharp and Tristan Gettinger. And for the Westminster Warriors, it's Lucas Gandara and Rusty Briggs. First on the tee for the Panthers of Palmetto, it's Santiago Sharp. And Santiago hits a low one to the right side, just off the fairway. Next on the tee for the Panthers, it's Tristan Gettinger. And Tristan also has something less than driver. Hits that one low and left. It'll just be off the left side of the fairway. On the tee for Westminster, it's Rusty Briggs. And Rusty hits his tee shot to the right side of the fairway. Up next is Lucas Gandara for the Warriors. It looks like he has a 3 medal. And Lucas hits a tree and that ball goes backwards. All 3 of our foursomes are safely off the first tee. And let's jump ahead to hole number 2 and check out our first group. Here's Lorenzo Castro with his second shot at the par 4, hole number 2. And he catches a branch on the palm tree, and that one doesn't go very far. Here's Cody Therms. His tee shot went left, just wide of the fairway. We'll have a tough shot coming back to the green. Cody catches some trees and leaves it just short and left of the green. Here's Trevor Tingle with his approach here on number 2. And he can only hit it low and get it close to the green. And he hits it up on the fringe. A great shot from there. Here's Lorenzo Castro with his third shot. And he punches it low. It's a little runner, and he'll have about 40 yards up to the green. Jeffrey Lacklack is in the middle of the fairway after a monster drive. He has a wedge in his hand, and this is his second shot here at hole number 2. Nice 3/4 swing, and Jeffrey finds the green. He'll have a long downhill putt for birdie. Here's Cody's chip up from the left side. And he hits it just past the green, just over the green. Meanwhile, Castro with a nice chip. And here's Cody for par. Nice chip there from Cody. Here's Trevor Tingle from just off the green for birdie, and he's using the old Texas wedge. Wow, Trevor nearly makes that one, and he'll have a 1.5 feet for par. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Lacklack with a birdie putt downhill in about 20 feet. Just leaves it outside. Here's Lorenzo Castro with a par putt. It's that one about a foot past it. And this is Cody Therms for bogey. Oh, and a tough break there for Cody. He'll tap in for a double bogey on hole number 2. Castro misses that putt, and he'll tap in for a triple bogey. Here's Lacklack's par putt of about 2 feet. Sinks that one for par. Here's Tingle from about a 1.5 feet to save par. They do just that. The first group will head over to hole number 3 here at the Palmetto. A par 4, 435 yards. Trevor Tingle's the first on the tee for Palmetto, and he hits one right in the middle of the fairway. Next up is Cody Therms. Cody swings away with his driver. Lorenzo Castro's on the tee for the Warriors. Wow, what a big swing there. Up around the green, Castro comes out of the bunker. Meanwhile, Cody Therms with his third shot here at hole number 3. Oh, that bunker shot went over the green. It's been raining a lot here in Palmetto, and the bunkers are really hard. Here's Lorenzo Castro for bogey. He leaves that one about a foot short. Lorenzo will tap it in for double bogey. Here's Cody's fourth shot at the par 4. Nice shot over the bunker. We'll have about 15 feet left. Here's Jeffrey Lacklack for birdie on hole number 3. Jeffrey's even after 2 holes. He's about 30, 35 feet away. Misses to the left. Leaves about a foot and a half for par. Here's Trevor Tingle with his birdie try. And he almost makes that one. Boy, he lipped that one out. Here's Cody for bogey. We'll have a little tap in for double bogey, and Cody does just that. Here's Trevor for par. That 2-footer goes in. Here's Lacklack with about a foot and a half. He sinks his. So we head to the par 4, which is a short par 4, dog legs right. First on the tee for Palmetto, it's Trevor Tingle. Trevor with a nice, smooth, rhythmic swing. That'll bring up Jeffrey Lacklack. Both Palmetto players are even after 3 holes. And Jeffrey puts one out there safe in the middle of the fairway. Lorenzo Castro's on the tee for the Warriors. Another safe iron shot to the right side. Cody Times with an iron off tee number 4. And all 4 players are safely on the fairway here at hole number 4. Let's go back to number 3 and check on the second group. From the fairway, it's Hunter Sharp for Palmetto. This is second shot at the par 4. Good contact, but Hunter's going to leave that one a little short of the green and short of the bunker. Michael Campo from the rough on the right side of the fairway. And he hits a nice shot right over the pin. Michael will have that for birdie. Meanwhile, the lefty Jake Suarez had to take a penalty stroke, and this will be his 4th shot here at the par 4. And Jake gets it up to the collar on its way to the green. Big piece of mud on the ball there. Hunter Sharp for birdie from the greenside bunker here at number 3. Nice out. Nice rollout for Hunter. We'll have about 3.5 feet for par. Here's Lucas Levy. And he chips up. Nice shot from there. Leaves himself about 3.5 feet. And here's Jake with a big piece of mud on the ball. Doesn't seem to bother him much. He leaves that one to within a foot. Here's Jake tapping in. Michael Campo with about 15 feet for par for the Warriors. He leaves that one about a foot short. Here's Hunter Sharp's par putt from about 8 or 9 feet, a little bit uphill. Oh, he thought it was going to break more. A tap in for bogey for Hunter. Here's Lucas Levy, and this is for bogey from about 5 feet. That one sails past the hole. Lucas will tap that one in. He'll walk off the green here with a bogey. And here's Michael Campo for bogey. He sinks that one, and we head to the 5th hole to catch our first group again. This is a par 3. It's a long one, 195 yards. First up is Trevor Tingle. Trevor hits one close to the green, just to the left side. For Palmetto, it's Jeffrey Lacklack. Both Jeffrey and Trevor are even after 4 holes. Jeffrey also hits one to the left side. He'll have to chip from there. On the tee for Westminster, it's Lorenzo Castro. That's a good-looking shot. Just over the pin. Lorenzo will have about 20 feet for birdie. Here's Cody Therms for Westminster on this par 3. Nice solid swing, and Therms will join the other two on the left side of the fairway. Here's Cody's chip up. And he scoots it past the hole for about 10 to 12 feet. Here's Jeffrey's chip from about the same spot. Jeffries rolls past the pin. They'll both have about 12 feet for par. Now back to hole number 4. We'll find our second group. They're in the fairway with their second shot. And here's Hunter Sharp for the Palmetto Panthers. Hunter's approach shot. It's on his way. He puts it on the front part of the green. Here's Jake Suarez from the fairway. Nice swing, good contact there by Jake. And a great result. We'll have about 10 feet for birdie. Here's Lucas Levy from the right side of the fairway. Lucas hits one to about pin high, but just on the rough outside of the green. Here's Lucas chipping back. This for birdie. That one stays long and left.
One more right.
Here's
right.
Hunter Sharp's birdie try from about 40 feet. And Hunter snuggles one up there. He'll have about a foot for par. He knocks it in. And here's Michael Campo with his birdie try from just off the fringe. And he's using a Texas wedge. Gets it on, rolling, but a little short. We'll have that left for par. Here's Lucas Levy for his par attempt here on number 4. Nice swing. Just leaves it short. Lucas will take a bogey here at number 4. And this one's for birdie. Jake Suarez with about 6 feet for birdie. Did you hear that dog in his backswing? Oh, he just laughs it off, and that's having a great attitude, Jake. He taps in for par. Here's Michael Campo with a 4, maybe 5-footer for par. Michael sinks that one, and we get a good laugh from the dog. We head to hole number 5 with group 2. And first on the tee is Jake Suarez. Jake's 3 over. He's put together a pretty decent round so far. This is a long par 3, 195 yards, and it just started getting a little windy here at Palmetto. There's good contact by Jake, but he leaves it a little bit short and left of the green. Next on the tee from Westminster, it's Michael Campo. Michael's only 2 over after 4 holes. Campo gives it a go here at hole number 5. I think he pushed that one a little bit to the right. Next on the tee is Hunter Sharp for Palmetto, and Hunter's 2 over on the day. Wow, that's a good looking shot. He stays looking at it, and he catches the green. He's going to have about 10 to 12 feet for birdie. Let's go to hole number 6 with our feature group, the first group. And from the fairway, it's our leader at -1, Trevor Lacklack. Trevor hits that one a little bit hard. It might have gone in the back bunker. I think it did. Here's Cody Therms from Westminster, and he missed the fairway to the right. Trying to get this one back into play. Cody leaves that one a little bit short. And after a monster drive from just off the fairway, it's Jeffrey Lacklack with his second shot, and he has a wedge in his hands. Great contact. Palmetto's been a little moist. It's been raining, and Jeffrey spins one up there, and he'll have a really good look at birdie. From the left side of the fairway, it's Lorenzo Castro with his second shot, and he punches one nice and low, and it stays short of the green. Here's Castro with his chip up. Leaves that one to about 12 feet. Here's Cody Therms with his third shot here on number 6. Cody's chip goes past the hole about 15, 17 feet. Here's Trevor Tingle for birdie from the greenside bunker. Boy, that's a beautiful shot there. Trevor will have 2 feet for par. Here's Cody Therms for bogey on number 6. Good roll, just missed to the left. Disappointing double bogey there for Cody. Here's Castro for par. He could save the hole with this putt. He just pushes it past the hole. Here's the birdie putt from Jeffrey Lacklack here on number 6. This to tie. Just pushes it past the hole. We'll have a 1.5 foot for par. Here's Trevor's par putt. He sinks that, so both Panthers with pars here on number 6, and we head to the par 3 number 7 with our first group. And first on the tee is our leader at -1. It's Trevor Tingle. This hole plays 179 yards. Trevor with a beautiful swing, a nice follow through. That one finds the back of the green. He'll be putting for birdie. Jeffrey Lacklack steps up to the 7th tee. Jeffrey hits one to the left side of the green, maybe a little past the green. He might be chipping. Here's Lorenzo for Westminster. Lorenzo pushes that one to the right side, just off to the green. And here's Cody Therms. This par 3, you have to carry water, and there's a big bunker in the front part of the green. Cody with a nice shot. He finds the right side of the green, and we'll have a couple players putting for birdie. Let's go back to hole number 6 with our second group. Here's Jake Suarez from the fairway. This is second shot on the par 4, number 6. Really good contact from the freshman. He flies it all the way to the green, and he'll have about 20 feet for birdie. Here's Michael Campo from the fairway. Michael hits one just short of the green. Hunter Sharp, he's been putting together a decent round. He's 1 over here on the 6th hole. Hunter gets one to go right over the pin and just off of the fringe into a little bit of rough. Back to hole number 7 with our leaders, our marquee group. It's Lorenzo Castro chipping up for the Warriors. Lorenzo with about 15. Here's Jeffrey's chip, just off of the fringe. Boy, that's a good looking shot there. Jeffrey will save his par. Here's the tap in. Great hole, great ground so far. And Lorenzo Castro needs this one. He needs this for par, and he needs this for his confidence. This is not an easy putt. Lorenzo buries it for par, great up and down. Here's Cody for a birdie. This one's makeable. Good stroke. Just a little short. Good line. Cody will tap in for par. Here's a birdie putt from Trevor, who's already 1 under. Just lips out. That's the second one today. He could have very easily been 3 under. We'll take this little 1.5 feet for a par, and we move to hole number 7. And with our second group on the tee is the lefty Jake Suarez. Beautiful par 3. Jake didn't like that shot. It's going to be short and left of the green. Here's Michael Campo with his tee shot. Michael's going to like that shot. It's going to find the right side of the green. He's going to have about 25 feet for birdie. Here's Hunter Sharp for Palmetto. The wind is starting to really pick up here at Palmetto. Hunter with a nice shot. Right at the pin. Rolls it up to about 15 feet for birdie. Here's Lucas Levy on this par 3. Lucas pulls one a little left of the green. There's Michael Campo with his birdie attempt from about 35 feet. A little uphill. He left that one about 15 feet short. Here's Hunter Sharp with his birdie attempt. Good looking putt, just stays to the right. Hunter's going to tap that in for par. Good hole for him. Good hole for Palmetto. Here's Michael Campo with a long par putt. And he drains it. A nice par for Campo. We go to hole number 8 with our first group. And after a wayward tee shot, Lack with driver off the deck, and he doesn't like that one. Here's Trevor with his second shot at this par 4, number 8. Doesn't like that one, leaves it a little short and right of the green. Here's Cody with his third shot from the greenside bunker at number 8. Almost jars it, rolls it a little past the hole. Here's Tingle just off the green. Needs to get this one close to safe par. Little bump and run. And Tingle leaves it to about 1.5 feet. Meanwhile, Lack not having a good time here at hole number 8. This for bogey. And a nice out. Here's Lorenzo Castro for the Warriors. This putt's for par. Lorenzo leaves that one a little bit to the right. He'll tap in for bogey. Here's Therms for par from about 4 feet. Oh, and he just pulls that one to the left. Therms will walk off with a double bogey. So will Lack. We'll head to hole number 9 with our feature group. And on the tee is our leader at -1, Trevor Tingle of the Miami Palmetto Panthers. Trevor with a driver. Just misses the fairway to the left side, but this is a short par 5. Next on the tee for the Warriors, it's Cody Therms. Cody's also hitting a driver. And he gets one in the middle of the fairway. Next up for the Warriors, it's Lorenzo Castro. Castro hits one a little short and left. Here's Cody's second shot on the par 5 from the rough. Looks like a hybrid, the ball above his feet. Cody hits that one really good. It goes into the green side bunker. We'll have an up and down for birdie. Here's Castro from the left side of the fairway with an iron on the final hole, the par 5. He pushes one way right. Here's Jeffrey Lack after a monster drive. He catches that iron shot and he puts it to the back of the green. He'll have an eagle putt from there. Here's Cody Therms from the greenside bunker. This is third shot on the par 5. Nice out by Cody. Oh, it hits the flagstick. They'll have a tap-in birdie. Here's Castro with a little bit of trouble on the right side. Trying to negotiate that palm tree. He punches it out. Almost makes the green. Here's Cody with his tap-in birdie here on number 9. Good way to finish. Trevor Tingle with his birdie putt from the fringe. He's been rolling that rock pretty good. Leaves it about 2.5 feet short. They'll have that for par. Here's Lorenzo from the fringe. Leaves that one about 3 feet short. Here's an eagle attempt from Jeffrey Lack. Rolls it down the hill, and we'll have about 3 feet left for birdie. Lorenzo tapped this in for a double bogey on the 9th. And here's Trevor's par attempt to keep the card clean. And a spectacular round by Trevor Tingle at 1 under. Leads the tournament. Here's Jeffrey for birdie. And after a double bogey at 8, Jeffrey sinks that one, and he's 1 over for today's round. An excellent round. 1 under and 1 over for Palmetto. Some camaraderie there. The players walk off the 9th tee. And we head back over to hole number 8, and we're going to catch up with the second group. Here's Jake Suarez on his approach, number 8. Jake hit that one a little chunky. Got it over the canal. Gets it to about 30 yards. He'll have that up and down to save par here at number 8. Here's Hunter from the fairway. Catches that one solid. And just leaves it a little short and right of the green. Actually, he made it on the green. Let's fast forward and move to hole number 9 with this second group. And from the left side of the fairway, with his third shot here at the par 5, it's Jake Suarez. Jake with some good contact, bounces on the front of the green and rolls up close to the pin. Here's Michael Campo from the greenside bunker at the par 5, number 9. Oh, and Michael leaves that one in the same bunker. Campo gets out. The ball rolls up on the fringe. Here's Lucas with his chip up here on number 9. And he hits that one to the right side. Lucas again chipping up here on number 9. And he gets that one to about 3 feet. Here's Hunter Sharp with a long putt here on number 9. And he gets it to about 2 feet. Here's Michael Campo. He's that one about a foot short. And here's Jake Suarez for Westminster Christian, the freshman. Jake's putt here on number 9. Goes a little bit right. Jake's going to tap in. Jake finishes his round at 42. Lucas is going to have that tap in here on number 9 for a 45. Michael Campo going to sink that for bogey and a 39. Not a bad round for Michael Campo. And here's Hunter Sharp. And Hunter has been red hot since hole number 4. He's been 1 under. Misses that birdie putt. He'll tap in for par. Let's head to the tee box on number 9 and catch the final group, our third group. First on the tee out of Palmetto, it's Tristan Gettinger. Tristan's hitting driver. And he hits one a little low and he catches the right side of the fairway. Next on the tee for Palmetto, it's Santiago Sharp. Santiago's ball goes over the canal, but he's not too happy with that. Rusty Briggs is up for Westminster Christian, and he crushes one down the left-hand side. And here's Lucas Gandara for Westminster. And Lucas hits one right in the middle of the fairway. Here's Santiago with his second shot. And Tristan with his second shot just off the fairway. And he gets that one up close to the green. Here's Rusty from just off the fairway with a 3-wood. Good contact, just catches that green side bunker to the right. Here's Gandara from the fairway with a 3-metal. He hits that one pretty good, just a little bit to the right of the green. Here's Santiago from the fairway. That looks like a nice shot. It lands soft on the green, and he'll have about a 25 to 30 foot putt. Here's Rusty from the sand trap. Just keeps it on the green. Here's Lucas from the right side of the fairway chipping up. That was Lucas's third shot. We'll have that for birdie. Here's Santiago. Just past the hole to the right. Here's Rusty from. Here's Briggs from the edge of the green, just by the fringe. That putt was for par. Gandara sinks it. He makes a birdie on the final hole. Great job, Lucas. Rusty taps in for double bogey. There's the camaraderie. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram. I want to thank both coaches, both teams, and the Palmetto Golf Course for allowing us to be out here. Please like and subscribe so we can continue to bring you this type of content. I'm Uncle Mug saying so long and see you next time on the golf course.